What up, you guys? Slim here, Team Panda, here to do another card discussion. Like I told you guys, I've had a lot of emails, a lot of messages coming in about stuff I need to do. I had to take care of some stuff, but I'm back and I'm doing as many videos as I can. We're gonna do a really cool card discussion. I got this one from Team Dark Arm SPG, so shout out to them. We're going to talk about actually one of my favorite cards that ever came out in this game. It brings back a lot of memories for me, and I'm glad to actually talk about it now. Even though the card's not in its entirety anymore, it's still a really, really good card, and it definitely deserves some discussion. That's right, you guys. We're going to talk about Dark Arm Dragon. Now, this is the reprint version. I no longer have secrets. I used to have like 4 secrets. I've sold them all over the years. But Dark Arm Dragon is honestly, I think, was one of the best cards that ever came out in this game. For people who didn't remember, when this card came out, it was freaking unbelievable. Teledad was born, Dark Arm decks were born, and basically it was the age of the Dark Arm. Whoever had them was going to win, is basically how it went. All you had to do was load your graveyard with 3 darks. Along with Dark Grepher, this was effortless. Discard a level 5, summon Grepher, send another dark, and I mean, it was unbelievable. You could send one from your hand and you instantly could load up for Dark Arm. Special summon Dark Arm, you could summon up to 3 Dark Arms, attack for game. Its effect was unbelievable. Remove a dark from grave, pop any card on the field. Teledad was an unbelievable deck with emergency teleport. It made it so easy to synchro and then summon Dark Arm, and you totally just overwhelmed your opponent. This was one of the hardest decks to play against. I personally ran the deck, invested the money in it. The deck was easily $1,500 back in the day. I remember getting my Dark Arms. One was like 200. One I actually got for 100. That was really good, and one was like 125 or something like that. So I mean, I did luck out price wise because I eventually sold them, to vendors. Vendors were buying like 200 cash for Dark Arm, so I wanted the cash, and I knew Dark Arm wasn't here to stay. Any player would know that a card this powerful would have to be limited since its summoning requirements were really not that hard. People were noobs back in the day. They thought you could have 3 or more darks. Instead, they didn't read the card that it had to be exactly 3. So a lot of decks had to fine tune their strategy in order to make this possible. One of the best decks this card ran in was Black Wings. So easy to load the graveyard. And then, summon through Blizzard. With Blizzard, make the 3rd, and then drop Dark Arm and just completely overwhelm your opponent. This card unfortunately was hit by one of the ban lists a long time ago. Actually, Dark Arm went to 2, really good at 2. It was really versatile at 2, and Teledad was still around, and it just was an unbelievable deck. Most events, the top 8 were all Teledad variants, and I mean, honestly, to win, you had to play Teledad. To have a fighting chance, you had to play Teledad. You didn't really have a choice because it was so hard to get around other decks if you didn't have, this power that is Dark Arm Dragon. And, when the list finally hit Dark Arm to 1, Dark Arm really died out. Teledad was dead, Emergency Teleport was to 1, and the whole deck as itself was gone. So a lot of people wondered, what can you do with Dark Arm these days? I mean, here we are now, we're about to enter the September ban list, and people would love to see Dark Arm come back to 2 and get another chance to try another Teledad format. I honestly don't think that's going to happen. As much as I'd like it to, I don't think it will. Dark Arm's been reprinted several times. When it came out as a secret rare, it was in its entirety. It was worth so much money. Then it got reprinted as a gold, and now it's a super, which is, unbelievable, But, that's the way cards like this usually go down. The same with Judgment Dragon. Dark Arm Dragon's an amazing card, though. It's still playable in Black Wings. It's still playable in, just other decks, depending on what you run. Oh, excuse me. Honestly, I think Dark Arm, like I said, is still playable. Black Wings is probably one of the best decks that can still run it efficiently. Some other decks people do run LS Twilight, and they do include Dark Arm in there to remove also for Chaos Sorcerer. So Dark Arm isn't completely dead. It's just been really slowed down. In the past formats to where it used to be so easy to summon, and I mean now it's really hard. I've seen Infernity decks included. I've seen a lot of decks include Dark Arm Dragon. It's just a really great card, you guys. It's honestly like one of my favorites. This is the reprint. It looks almost common, but it's cool just to have a Dark Arm Dragon. I decided to hold on to one. After all this time. Not that I'd ever really play it again unless I ran Black Wings, but it was always great to have Dark Arm. You can just you draw Dark Arm. You have the requirement to summon it. Your opponent's totally like left speechless if they don't have oppression or a way to stop it. So that's all I really got to say about Dark Arm, you guys. It's been a really long time since I played this card, but it's always been a good card and always been a card that I like to use. And it brings back a lot of memories back to the Teledad format, where it really teaches you how to play this game. It really teaches you how to be smart and creative with your plays. There's not much more I can say on it. Will the list bring it back? I doubt it. Konami probably wouldn't do that. But if we ever entered a format again where Dark Arm came to 2, I'd definitely try to rebuild Teledad if it was only possible. But that's all I gotta say, guys. Leave me your comments below. Let me know what you guys think of Dark Arm. I mean, it's been so long since we've talked about Dark Arm Dragon, but it's good to reminisce on a really great card like this every once in a while. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Please continue to rate, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.